Hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Tally.
And we are
the Lazy Book Lovers.
This is a podcast for book lovers who procrastinate about reading and have never-ending to-be-read piles. Today's episode is kind of like basically we're calling it like a quarterly check-in.
Yeah.
So it's mostly a check-in of like how much we've read so far, some of our Storygraph stats, and a little bit of life. But, you know, life is just a lot right now.
Yeah, definitely.
You've got distracted by something.
I was wondering what that was, but it's just jerky.
Biltong.
Biltong.
Elite. I don't know if it's elite.
It's the preferred version of stripped dried meat in our household, apparently.
Yeah, I first tried it in South Africa, obviously. But I never really liked jerky type things before then.
Yeah, because... Yeah.
No, I never liked it before then. And then I was because I was there in South Africa. And I'm like, how many times are you going to go to South Africa in your life? Like, fucking try this food.
Yeah.
And I was like, I actually kind of like this.
Yeah.
And from there, I've expanded outwards into the other ones. And I like all of them, which I never thought I would.
I don't like jerky. It's too tough and it hurts my jaw. But I don't mind biltong.
Yeah,
Well,
biltong's a bit softer.
I say I don't mind it. It's not something I will pick up at any point.
Yeah, yeah.
But if my partner's eating it, I'll be like, I'll have a little bit.
Mouthful, please.
Depends on how veggie I'm feeling at the time.
Reflexitarian.
Yeah.
I hate that word.
I know, I used to mock it so much and then a doctor actually used it with me and I was like, oh, it's an official
Yeah, it's
term.
like a real term now.
I was like, oh.
Like people who are vegetarian.
Now
like,
I feel like I
most
can't
of the
mock it as
time,
much. But,
Because what do they... It's pescatarian if you eat fish, but you don't eat meat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, do we need this many words?
Possibly not. And on that note, there is nothing to do with that note.
Right.
And I'm aware of why it's this way. And I'm aware that someone got bullied off TikTok for having this opinion. Eggs should come under dairy. I don't care. I don't care about why they shouldn't. Because I know, but they should come under
Why
dairy.
is that a controversial opinion? What
I don't
happened?
know.
I missed this TikTok drama.
Yeah, this was like 2 years ago.
Oh.
A young... like early 20s, it was an English lady, was saying that she doesn't understand why eggs aren't shelved with dairy because they're dairy products, and everyone bullied her so much she had to leave TikTok.
What
And
are
I was
people
like,
saying it is then?
I don't know,
Meat?
but it's not dairy because dairy comes from cows.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know, but it is dairy, isn't it?
is though.
Let's not lie. It is dairy.
It's in that bit of the food pyramid.
Yeah, it
Do you
should.
remember the food pyramid from when we were kids?
Not really, because
Yeah.
I don't remember anything from being a kid. But it is dairy. I don't care.
She will fight you.
Fight me. Yeah.
That's today's controversial opinion.
Eggs are dairy.
You heard it here first. Watch out, guys. Ground bacon.
And just to be clear, I know they're not. But in the same way that tomatoes are now considered veg, but are technically fruit, we should just allow it that eggs are dairy.
Why do eggs need a binary anyway?
That's next week's episode.
You got a massive bruise on your arm.
Oh yeah, I fell down the stairs.
What stairs?
Yeah,
You live in a
one of my-
bungalow?
One of my jobs. I was carrying a Hoover down the stairs.
Oh.
Yeah. It's been a week. So if you hear of anyone in your life referring to eggs as dairy, you let them. Is what I'm saying.
We'll fight for our rights.
To dairy. Literally nothing to do with biltong, but there we go.
It was in your head.
Yeah.
And it needed to come out, and that's
Yeah.
what's important.
And I think it's a very important discussion
Um,
in our current economic crisis. Anywho.
Okay, on that note, should we do life checking first? Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah. You can start. I've got nothing to say. I'm alive.
Well, I've
That's it.
I mentioned it on this job, on the podcast, that I have changed jobs recently. So I've got to be like a professional, and I can't really tell you much about why I've changed jobs. But it was a dramatic change. I went from one job to another in 11 days because I was still in my notice period, so like my probation period, so I only gave 1 week's notice. So then I was in a whole new, brand new job very quickly, and a new industry again. So those who are newish to the podcast, I was made redundant in August. Got one job. I'm now in another job.
Yeah.
So that's just a lot for the brain. There's new people, it's a new industry. I've changed industries twice in the last 6 months. Like, I'm still in marketing, but I'm marketing 4 different industries.
And your partner made you change games.
Yeah, that's not stressful, it's just not really good.
It's just not good for your sleep.
So I started playing Stardew Valley. That's my big headline news for the week.
So that's the new Hyperfocus.
Oh my god, yeah, and it is giving.
It's so fun, isn't it?
It's lovely. I haven't had a good one in ages though. I haven't had a good thing to like really get obsessed with. I haven't had an obsession in ages, which I feel like is a good sign. Like my brain's in a good place when I can get really obsessed with something.
I had to put down like the DS because me and Harvest Moon were getting way too comfortable with each other. I tell you.
I really like. There was a Sims vet game on my DS, and I said to him, I was like, "That's the vibe I want."
Yeah.
I fucking love that game.
More of that, please.
He's like, "You've just been playing the same game but different."
Yeah.
And I was like,
exactly. That's what I want.
What? Yeah. I don't understand. What's your point?
You've correctly described what needs to happen.
But so he's made me get a Steam account, and then he bought me Stardew Valley just to make me not play Sims. And I was like, I don't. I'm fine with this, but why?
If you set up an Epic Games account, they have 2-3 games a week, so you can check in and see if that's a game you might want to play.
Oh, I feel like
I've picked up some really good games on there.
Oh, I'm enjoying the death grip that this current one's having.
Yeah.
We have to let it pass first.
Yeah.
We have to wait till I get bored. It's like the How to Train Your Dragon game that I had on my mobile that I got obsessed with.
So weird.
And I got
so
really
funny.
far with it, actually. I got to the point, like, I got so good that to keep going, I'd have to put
Spend
money
real
in.
money,
Or just wait ages to gather resources, and it was taking too fucking long.
That's when I just entered games.
Yeah, that's when I've stalled out there.
My son read me a How to Train Your Dragon book this morning. Yeah.
It's been made into a live action, apparently.
Yeah, they need to stop doing that.
No, I think it's going to be good. Jared Butler's still playing Stoic.
Yeah, but who's playing Hiccup?
I don't think it's going to be the guy who voice acted him.
No, because he'll be way too old. He's like in his 40s. Hiccup's meant to be like a teenager, isn't he?
But I did get obsessed with the How to Train Your Dragon the films for a while too.
Live action cast. Let's see if we've got anyone yet. Oh, I remember. I did know this because loads of people were being incredibly racist about the casting for Astrid. Because people on the internet are disgusting. That kid looks alright for Hiccup.
Yeah, he looks hiccupy. He hasn't quite got the randy nose, but that's not like essential to his character.
Yet to see how, Oh, he's in the film The Black Phone. I want to watch that. Okay, I will watch that. I think the girl that's been cast for Astrid looks so cute.
She'll make a good Astrid.
Never seen any of them act, but if they've been cast, I'm sure they were the best of the best. Oh, Nick Frost is in it. That's cool.
Oh my god, have you seen that film that's coming out from Channel 4? Well, it's been advertised on Channel 4. I don't know if it's been made by them. That's got, like, Nick Frost, the girl from Sex Education in it. You know, the blonde girl with the teeth?
Yeah.
It's got her in it. She's, like, the main character. And a bunch of other English actors and comedians. And it's only on for one day at the cinemas. 5th of April. I can't remember what the name of it is.
If you remember, let me know.
Oh, actually, no, I sent it. Sorry, guys. We'll get
We've
to
not
the book
spoken
stuff.
about anything actually relevant yet, have we?
We'll get to the book part soon. I don't know. I sent it to my family in our group chat. Yeah. Seize them.
Seize them.
I'll send you the TikTok with the island.
Yes, please.
Looks really good. Obviously, I think since they're advertising it so heavily just on Channel 4, I think it's going to be released to Channel 4 for free.
Yeah,
but,
possibly.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, speaking of upcoming films, there's a film that I'm desperate to see. It doesn't come out in England until May, which has pissed me off because it's already out in like America and everywhere else. It's called Love Lies Bleeding, and it's got Kristen Stewart in it and another person who I haven't heard of. But anyway, it's a lesbian thriller with gore. And,
so perfect for you then.
And they are like bodybuilders. Perfect.
Perfect.
I read the
tick, 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 tick.
the interview Kristen Stewart did for it, and I love her
in interviews
so much
these days, where she just gives no fucks
she just
anymore.
doesn't care.
After the way the media treated her in Twilight, like, I don't blame her. She just gives no fucks.
Yeah. And for what, I can't remember which magazine it was that she did the interview for, but when they were doing the photos for it, she was like, I just want the photos to be as gay as possible, and they deliver. They are brilliant. I was like, I'm in love with you. I asked my partner if he'd come see it with me, but he declined. So I guess I'll just go perv by myself.
I mean, not the perving part, but I'll watch it with you if you want.
Yeah, I won't really perv the whole time, just some of the times. What is it? I can't remember which magazine it is, but yeah. Oh, Rolling Stone, that's it, Rolling Stone. Yeah, and she was like, just make the images as gay as possible. So she's like wearing a jock strap and stuff. It's just so funny. Anyway, that was just a complete distraction.
Well, yeah, we kind of started about life. Do you want to share any life stuff? Just busy? Does that...
Oh, yesterday, if you are a long-time listener, this will give you some insight into my brain or my emotional state. Yesterday, I thought I might rewatch BoJack Horseman.
Oh, no, that's
But I
not
was
good.
like, that might be a bad idea. So I watched a 6-hour video retrospective talking about it. So I'm going to start BoJack Horseman anyway, is where I'm going with it.
You nearly dug yourself out of the last pit you just went into.
Really want to watch it.
You've only been back out of the
really
hermit hole.
want to cry.
You've only been back out of the hermit hole like 2 weeks. Don't go back. So me and my mum have been watching in the evenings. We'll get to book stuff in a second. Sorry guys, we do these kind of non-booky ones every now and again. That's just kind of like a check-in. If it's not for you, see you next week.
Yeah.
Or like go look. We've got 100 episodes. You know, have fun. We'll start doing book stuff soon. So we've been, because it's just searching for something to watch. It's just so boring. We don't really like reality TV, like Married at First Sight or that kind of crap. It's just not us. But so we have been watching Blown Away on Netflix, which is glass blowing competitions.
Okay.
I put it on, I was like, this is going to be background TV. And then we got really into it. And I'm going, I reckon she's going to win. And Mum's like, no, her technique is just...
It's like competition shows are great. There was one that was called The Great British Sewing Bee. And they only did like two series, and it was amazing. And I'm depressed.
So we watched another one that was like interior design.
Oh.
And season 2 is hosted by...
I want to watch that. What's it on Netflix?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it.
I've also been really wanting to rewatch Grand Designs. That might be a better option than BoJack. Not as dramatic.
But yeah, we were getting, like, last night, I was meant to go for a bath after I came home from the gym. Now I was playing Stardew Valley, and it was me and Mum were watching this right to the finale, the interior design one, until midnight last night.
The thing that it was just meant to be not giving a shit background noise.
And we're going, and I'm going, because I didn't like the guy that she liked to win. And I'm going, I'm not, no, it's going to be her. And I was like, I don't fucking like him. And we disagreed the whole way through.
And who?
My one won.
I just remembered I watched something the other day on your recommendation. Totally Killer.
It's good, isn't it?
It was so fun. Yeah, it was just really. I was laughing so.
It's funny,
I was like laughing
but
out loud.
You've got chase scenes and all that kind of stuff. You've got like the heart pounding moments where she's running from the killers and stuff.
I was watching it on my headphones, and my other half was like kept looking around because I just kept chuckling. It was all of like the 80s stuff, which is like, wow, the 80s were crazy.
When she
like,
just walks into the school,
getting in a car with a stranger and stuff.
She walks into the school like, "Hi, I'm exchange student. I don't have my ID," and she's like, "Here's your class schedule."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What?"
Yeah, and then she goes to gym and she's like, "Can I don't really do gym," and they just throw a ball at her for dodgeball, and she's like on the floor bleeding. Everyone's calling her a stupid bitch and stuff, and she's like, "What is the 80s?" It's just
You know when she's like, that comment is homophobic, and everyone's like, "Well,
yeah. It really captured like the 90s, and because I can't say the 80s because I was only alive for 2 years of it, but yeah,
the 80s and 90s, and then like being a millennial around people, because obviously like the people we work with were specifically me, were like teenagers in the 80s as well.
I always said I would have loved to have been in my 20s in the 80s. I think that would have been fun. Not for like the ozone on my hair, because I would have hairsprayed it to the fucking sky. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, you should watch The Final Girls. Have you seen that?
No.
It's a similar kind of vibe. And Freaky Friday. Not Freaky Friday, but it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's a serial killer and a teenager bomb and swap.
Yeah,
Vince Vaughn is in it.
I know the one you mean. That one I did want to watch.
Freaky, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
What's the one where she like starts her day over and she keeps getting murdered?
Happy Death Day.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that one
and
too.
And Happy Death Day to You is the second one. They're quite fun. Yeah. Anywho, should we do some stuff? You should watch Fear Street trilogy. That's on Netflix.
I mean,
less comedy.
Yeah, I need funny horror. I don't like.
Yeah, maybe not that then.
Jumpy horror or gory horror. Don't mind a bit.
Have you seen Dale and Tucker versus the Evil Dead? I think it's called. That's quite amusing.
Right.
I think it's probably dated now though. Right. Anywho.
Okay. So
I've read books.
Let's get to the Storygraph stats. So, how many books have you read to total?
42.
27. You're squinting.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's right. Sounds. I mean, yeah.
Too high or too low?
High, but I have been depressed. So yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah.
Well, also, you're getting through a lot of audios at your cleaning job.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not actually. I don't have a goal for books this year. It's pages. So my goal is 50,000 pages, and I'm 27% of that. So that's good. That sounds positive, I think.
So I did 75 books is my reading goal.
And how many have you done?
27. So I'm 36% of that.
Yeah, you're pretty.
So I might put that up eventually. I might up my goal, because that was done with the assumption that I usually have about 25 sleep listens throughout the year as well. But since I'm only doing re-listens and I'm not listening anymore, it's just like noise to help me sleep. I'm rethinking the system.
Noise.
Yeah. And then I just do
see how many you read when you're on holiday, because usually you read a bunch on holiday, don't you?
I think I've got my plan is to take a bunch of short paperbacks for this holiday. I think
take all your romance you've not read yet.
There's quite a lot on the shelf actually. So my pages goal was 40,000 pages, and I've done 7,261 pages. 18% of my goal.
Nice.
This is now saying I've got to read 2.5k pages to catch up.
So that was me last year. I had 40,000 as my goal, and all year it was like, you need to catch up, and I was like, calm down. This year I'm ahead, so I'm not looking forward to when I get a slump or start watching BoJack and only do that instead of reading.
Yeah, I've just been like, when I get into bed, never mind the Stardew Valley obsession of this week, but having changed jobs and all of that, when I get into bed, I'm just like tired, and I'm just like falling asleep.
Yeah,
which is good. But you know, when am I getting reading in on my lunch breaks? Just like an hour.
You doing audiobooks on your commute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes while I'm working, but not as much because at this new office they talk a lot. So
That's good.
it's nice. Yeah, people talk all day, which is
It's
nice.
like
People talk to you.
You actually have people there with you. It's amazing.
But it's cutting into my audiobook time.
What's your top 4 moods so far?
Adventurous, dark, funny, emotional. I feel like that's a really good summary of the first quarter of this year for me. Okay. Adventurous, dark, emotional, funny.
I've got dark, mysterious, adventurous, and tense.
Tense? Oh, you're tense.
Yeah,
I don't
tell
have
me
much
about
tense.
it, mate.
My tense is... Oh, it doesn't tell me how many books were tense. That's how I look at that. Oh, the second book in the Shatter Me series was tense, apparently.
Would you say it was tense?
No, not really.
2 non-fictions, is that it? I'm not doing very well with the non-fiction this year.
That's as many as I've got. Yeah, 2 non-fictions, which is usually I have none, so I'm on a win.
Yeah.
What's your pace? What's your pace stats looking like?
48, well, no, that's page number. Pace, 57% on medium.
So I've got 37% medium, and 63% have been fast.
You got no slow paced?
No.
I've got 3% slow paced. 1 book. Oh yeah, and that is a slow pace.
But I think that's all been skewed by the Wayward Children series, because obviously they are fast because they're only 4 hours long.
Yeah. So if you don't already have a Storygraph account, strongly recommend, because all these
you
stats,
get all these cool stats from it.
This is all available on. You don't pay for Plus, do you? Yeah, so it's all available on the basic account.
And then my average page numbers, less than 300 has been my biggest chunk actually this time.
Yeah, less than 300. I'm at 48%.
I've read 2 that were over 500.
I've got 5 that are over 500. That's why my page numbers are so big. Yeah, tell me about it. Look at all them.
I've been very book hoppy, so I haven't wanted to read really long books lately.
I'm determined this year to try and read the books I own and the ones I tend to avoid because they're too big. So it's good to know that I've picked up some big ones.
We seem to have been
year.
doing that, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your biggest genres?
Fantasy, horror, thriller, and then queer books. It's not really a genre, but it's a genre tag, so yeah.
Fantasy, romance, queer books, young adult.
Again, young adult isn't really and it doesn't bother me.
They
I think
are
they
all
need
very
to change that.
Catch-all terms.
Yeah. So if I actually just did genres, it'd be fantasy, horror, thriller, then sci-fi.
If I adjusted genres, fantasy, romance, contemporary and dystopian.
Dystopian would be your Shatter Me rereads, I'm guessing.
Yeah, value too, Shatter Me.
Interesting. And then my format-wise, 45% of my reads have been audio. Although I tag anything audio that has been a tandem, because they don't have a tandem format yet. Hopefully one day. But yeah, so 45% have been audio, which makes sense because, as you said, I listen to a lot of audiobooks.
My audio is really high. But I think, again, this is the Wayward Children series coming into play here. So 59% of what I've read is audio. Print, 4%. Digital, 37%. 95.43 hours worth of audio. I know.
This isn't actually correct. I'm just looking at this and like...
Well, no. So if you're doing audios and you're doing it as percentages, it doesn't record the hours accurately. You have to do it in hours.
No, I mean like the format amounts isn't correct. I've done some of these wrong, possibly. Because there's like one here that's listed as a physical, but I read it as a digital, so... Yeah. But yeah, cool.
Yeah. Shauna Maguire is my top author, because obviously I read 9 of her books, so...
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 authors, all of which I've read 2 books of.
Shauna Maguire, Kimberly Lemming, Talia Hibbert, Opal Wren, Tahiri Matthew.
I've got TJ Klune, Martha Wells, Stuart Turton, Tatsuya Endo, and Shuzo Oshimi. Sorry, I've been reading a lot of manga. So
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, of the books you've read this year so far, any standouts? Any?
Okay, one I recently read that I don't think I've spoken about yet, and I am obsessed. Like, made my partner sign into my Audible account. So
Oh
he
no, we
has to
haven't done a
listen to
reading
it.
update that has this in yet. I don't think. If it's the one I'm thinking of. Tempest of Tea.
No, we did.
Oh.
I did talk about that in our last update.
Okay, I'm a liar.
True Crime Story by Joseph Knox. I think I was listening / reading this when we were doing. It's a like a mixed media mystery crime book. And the audio is it's like interviews in the physical book is interviews, and I have like newspaper clippings and stuff like that. So the audio has a full cast and it is like an interview, and they have sound effects, and it is so incredibly good, I thought anyway. So it's written by this author Joseph Knox, and at the beginning it's got a foreword by Joseph Knox saying, this was like a book my friend was writing about a missing person in Manchester University. Someone went missing. She has passed, so I've put together the book for her. But it's not actually, that's still fiction.
Yeah.
So all of it is fiction, but he's doing it as his actual name, and like during the book he pops in and he refers to books he's actually written. So it's all completely muddied of what's fiction and non-fiction, and it was really good, and it had me guessing the whole way through. There was so many points where I was shocked. I was literally like, oh, when I was listening to it or whatever, and the ending just floored me. I was gagged. I had no... It completely took me by surprise, and I did not see it going in that direction. It was brilliant. Loved it. Loved it. Really recommend. If you like Janice Hallett and I don't know, Thursday Murder Club, if you like a bit of cozy mystery, I would say that this is quite cozy actually, even though it is crazy. I said it's quite cozy. My other half was like, how can someone be cozy? How can it be cozy crime?
But
and
if
I was
it's
like,
murder,
there's cozy horror. Like, there's just cozy everything. It's just how it is.
it's just a vibe.
Yeah. But yeah, it was so good. It's like, it's 450 pages.
It's quite long for you.
And how many hours was that? Let me just have a look. Oh, it doesn't say how. Oh, yeah. So 11.5 hours. Literally, between the audio and the book, I read it in a day. I just could not put it down. Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, I managed to source the hardback on Amazon from, like, World of Books, I think it was. And it said, like, used condition, but it was £1. So I was like, I'll give it a try. Yeah. And it came in a perfect condition. It was absolutely perfect. And then my daughter tore the dust jacket, and I was like, are you serious? But yeah, because I really wanted a physical copy to do the tandem, because I know it had like mixed media in it, and I wanted a hardcover. I prefer reading hardcovers.
Yeah.
And finding it for £1 was really good.
I've found a special edition of that Tempest of Tea on Vinted. Not the one I sent you the other day. I found another one, and then they've just discounted the price. And I'm like, begone, devil! Don't need you to tempt me. Looks really pretty though.
Which one was
really,
it?
let me show you.
Was it a Luma? No, I can't remember who did it. A Fairy Loot, I think, did it.
Hold on, let me show you. It'd be great audio. That one. It's got like a
Fairy
teapot
Loot,
on the front cover and like down the spine.
Oh, so pretty, yeah.
But even discounted, it's like £38. That's too much.
There's one for £30.
Why are you doing this?
just am, aren't I?
Why
There's
are you
one
doing
for
this to me?
£28.
All right.
I
Did
got.
you not hear me tell you I booked a fucking holiday?
I like this one. I think this is the Waterstones one. Yeah, the Waterstones is the one.
Oh
I just
yeah, I
got.
like that one. Oh god.
Just Google these if you want to see what they look like. Stephen sent me a copy of it.
Did you? Oh yeah, Stephen from the Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. I was like, thank you. You're the best. What about you? Any standouts?
I don't know. I'm looking through my list and I'm actually struggling because I've had quite a good reading year generally.
I mean, A Tempest of Tea for me as well. If you want to hear me gushing about that, that was on our last reading update, which I think is last week's episode.
Yeah. I really like that Dirty Laundry book that I read that was about ADHD. I really liked the whole of the Wayward Children series.
Yeah.
I really liked the Brown Sisters books, especially the first two. They were good. All the Mead and Mishaps books, fucking loved all of them.
You've just had a really fun reading experience so far this
year. She's a Keeper, the new Ali K. Mulford book.
The third one's had their cover shown now.
Yeah, second one's out now.
Yeah.
Because
and the third one comes out in May.
I'm resisting
she's really,
hopping to it.
churning these out.
And I'm resisting hopping to it. I reckon she's had this in the bank for a while.
She's probably been writing them for a while already.
Yeah. The Unhoneymooners was a nice surprise. I really enjoyed that listen. I'm not even exaggerating about how much I enjoyed that book. So I don't know. Yeah, I haven't really had any dads. The Shatter Me re-listen has been
Is it kind of what you expected though?
It's exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
And this is not on my have read list, but I suspect it will. I'm more than halfway through that book, What Lies Beyond the Veil.
Oh yeah.
You know. I'll show you the cover because you'll recognise it.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Which is
This has been on my peripheral of I might get to it.
It's on a bunch of lists of the Who Hurt You, whatever. And I was trying to do it before sleep, but I wasn't taking it in enough. So then it's become my commute listen, and I'm so close to the end now that I'm going to keep going, but I'm not. I'm finding it really boring. And I'm quite surprised by that. And the slow burn is
burning too slow.
Not even that. There is no progression. It went from strangers to I burn for you, and the dude is just immediately obsessed with her again. And I'm getting really tired of this trope in fantasy books where the guy is just immediately just head over heels obsessed with her, and then they go and no one may touch her, and I just.
Yeah.
And then she's because also the character's whole backstory is she's been abused essentially. She's been groomed since childhood to marry the mayor of her town, and he kills off his wife in order to then marry her once she comes of age. So she's been abused by him and physically abused in terms of being whipped, and also you get the impression there's been other kinds of abuse going on, and she does tell him about that, and she's don't tell me what to do. I will no longer be told what a man, by a man. What my whole life I've had to be obedient. I'm now on the run, which is I don't want to spoil the reasons why, but she's on the run. She's you don't get to tell me what to do anymore, or who I get to see, or who I get to talk to. You don't get to control my actions. And he's but you are mine. And it's and they're just walking in the woods, and then suddenly he's backing her up against a tree, and he's and he calls her little one. Oh. And I they aren't that different in age, but I really take umbrage to the little one nickname. It's just so forced.
Is it because it's small teeny girl and big giant man? Or...
No, she's describes herself as above average height for a woman.
Oh,
she can fight as well. She
Yeah.
dated a guard, so she can also fight because of course.
Obs. Yeah, so just stop it.
Yeah, so yeah. So I'm sticking with it just because I'm not that far from the end now.
Yeah.
But
let it be known.
I feel this is going to end up on my most disappointing list.
Oh no.
But it's one I've been meaning to read or listen to for like ages.
Yeah.
Because it ends up on so many of these rec lists.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just, yeah. And it's a bit older. It's not a new thing. But it feels like one of those books that's been written for tropes.
Well, it probably has, yeah.
But you know, like now that they say that's happening because of BookTok.
No, I mean, before BookTok it was because of BookTube, and before, you know, they can always blame it on something.
So yeah, I've had loads of, but otherwise, I've had a really good reading year. Like, nothing's been, like, completely shit. There's nothing I've gone, that was a waste of my time, or that I've DNF'd.
I think I've DNF'd a few books.
What have you... Did not finish, by the way, that's what that means.
DNF book. Or at least one I've DNF'd. Let me have a look. Can I have a look at just this year? Viewing stats for...
If you go to DNF books and you can do earliest DNF and then we scroll to the other end.
Where are the DNF books?
So you go to your, like, list of books you've read this year.
And
it's at the top, on the right.
Oh, thank you.
And then you can filter it. You can't filter it by last DNF, but you can filter it by first.
Oh, yeah. This got 62 books. That's not right. Because I got rid of it. I just cleared out my currently reading, didn't I? So, yeah, I DNF'd. Oh, yeah, I DNF'd a manga that just wasn't... It was just... It's 191 pages and it felt about 900 pages. So, literally,
yeah.
And the whole concept was just...
How do you have a slow pace in less than 200 pages?
Yeah. It does have an anime on Netflix. I might give the anime a try. But the other one I DNF'd. Oh yeah, so there was just one other. This was for Tandem Collective are doing like a John Mars readathon this year.
Right.
And I've read 2 of his books. 1 of his books. I've read 2 of his books in the past and I really enjoyed them, so I was like, yeah, I'll join that readathon because they're reading 3 of his books this year, and one of them's a new, or all of them are new releases, I can't remember. So I picked up the first one. They're doing 1 book every 2 months or something like that, so I picked up the first one, The Stranger in Her House. Oh my god, was it like, I swear it was written by a different person. It was terrible.
God,
I just don't understand.
I wonder if he did get a ghostwriter or something for that book.
Yeah, so I can't even really explain why it was so badly written. The only way I can... Oh, hang on, because you can put a note down, can't you? See explanation. Stopped at 11%. Writing felt amateur with a woman written by a man vibe. There we go. And I don't understand, because the other 2 books I read from him are multi-POV. And he did not have those issues with them. But this book is 1 POV.
Yeah.
And it's like a woman who moves back to England from Australia or something because her mum's unwell and needs to go into a home. So she's moved in to look after her mum. And then there's a man who is like the gardener and he is there gardening. And he's obviously the stranger and possibly tries to kill her or some shit. I don't know, I only read 11%. But yeah, like immediately she's like, oh, he made me feel like a sexy young whippersnapper. And you're not in those words.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm like, oh, this is so written by man. And then they go out on a date after talking for like 2 seconds. And when he drops her off, she goes in for a kiss and he's just leaning across to open the door or something. And it just all was written as someone who does not experience life as a woman.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Maybe like the ones where he's done multi-POV, the women POVs aren't long enough for you to feel that feeling or something.
Exactly,
maybe.
yeah. Because you're just dropping into a small part of their life and then dropping out, yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, I don't know. They've started the second book and I've decided I'm just not going to read anymore. Maybe he's just not for me. Maybe just those first 2 were good ones.
So, should we end on... What have you got currently reading?
Okay, so currently I am reading on my phone. So my audiobook is called Transmogrify. It is a 14 fantastical tales of trans magic. So it's all different authors. This is really, really fun so far. I'm about 60% of the way through, I think.
Okay.
I'm doing a reread of Illuminae. And I am currently reading Alien Clay. Oh, Illuminae is by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. And I'm currently reading Alien Clay by Adrian Tchaikovsky and The Last Murder at the End of the World by Stuart Turton.
I see books by that Adrian Tchaikovsky
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
and I've never picked anyone up, but I've been tempted. How's it going?
Yeah, good so far. I've got quite a few of his books, but this is the first one I've actually read.
So he's one of those
But
authors.
I've got him to sign a load of my books when I met him.
Yeah, he's one of those authors that's been around, and I see his books all the time, and they come up on, like, especially on Amazon, it's like things you may like. It comes up all the time.
Yeah, and I have quite a few of his books now. And I've just been saving them. Like, I think for some reason, he's turned into a rainy day author.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to read. I have to start reading his books.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Started this one, which just came out literally yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you? What are you currently reading, or your next read? Because I know you plan yours out.
So at the moment, I've actually got quite a few for me. I've still got that third book in the Red Rising series listed as my currently reading, even though I haven't.
It's been on pause for quite a while.
Yeah, well, I started June last year, and I haven't listened to it more since then.
How far did you get in it?
35%.
Would you start again if you picked it up, or just see how it goes?
No, I can't remember where I was. I think I'll be alright. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get back to that.
I love that, because when you do, it's going to say like it took you like 200 days to read or something.
It's just quite a lot. A lot goes on.
Yeah.
There's a lot to take in with that book. So it's not been the right audio for me for a while.
Not for when you listen to your audios as well.
Yeah.
Like before bed or whatever, it's not.
Yeah, maybe I should try and get like the physical books. Maybe I'd have more luck with the books.
Maybe.
I don't know. So I'm currently reading Raybearer, have been since January. I don't know why. It's a good book. I'm just not vibing to come back to it yet. I have got book 4 in the Unconventional Heroes series. This one's
What's the Unconventional Heroes series?
the one with the necromancers.
Ah, yeah.
So this one is 2 necromancers, a dwarf kingdom, and a sky city.
Oh, if I'd let you say the title, I would have realised. Yeah.
This is LG Estrella. So at this point, because I have been listening to this one to sleep, because they aren't too much to sleep to, but I do want to like then do it properly once I finish What Lies Beyond the Veil as like a listen, but I might be able to skip a bit more. So now we're up to, they've got our unconventional heroes is we've got 2 necromancers, we've still got the bureaucrat, we've got an elf who's like a fire elf who loves fire, we've got a dragon, but he's like a baby dragon. So it's like his name's Spot, and he's like learning how to do things. And they've got a vampire, which was the last book that I told you about.
Yeah.
And we've also now got a 3-headed dog called Chomp.
I love that there's just epic family vibes going on.
Yeah, and like the elf is, most other elves have like forest magic, and then she weirdly has fire magic out of nowhere. And there's like desert elves and forest elves. She doesn't fit in with any of them, so she's been like hunted her whole life by other elves.
Oh, bless her.
And then she's big, and like she had quite a tough life, but she's like kind of like, she has nicknames for everyone. She calls them like the twerp.
Oh yeah,
The
I think you
idiot, the
mentioned
paper
this last
pusher.
time,
She calls the vampire the people eater, and she's just like, call me Amanda, and she's like, the people eater.
Yeah, people eater is sufficient.
And stuff like that. She's like, oh, I kind of low key like my life in the castle, and I've got my dragon who's kind of my son, because the dragon calls her mother.
Oh, that is so cute.
It's just a really cute series. It's a shame like they're all require a credit to get through. So yeah, but that's 21 hours, so that's a long old listen. And the 8th book in the Zodiac Academy series, which is 1,244 pages. So I feel like this is going to be on here for a while.
Yeah. That's going to be one that has like hundreds of days to read.
Or I don't know, it might be that I try and power through it over a weekend at some point, or like on my holiday. I don't know.
That's good, yeah.
Well, I mean, that holiday's a month away, so
Yes, it'll probably still be sitting.
Probably. They're bloody long and they're just a bit depressing. The Zoe Academy books start really fun and then they just get sadder and sadder, and I'm at the point now where like
It's just too sad.
the big bad has done a big bad and like everyone's just fucked.
Yeah.
And yeah, they long out the unfucking quite a bit. Even though also, because I've accidentally spoiled it for myself, there's certain characters who are missing from the story because they've died, and I know they come back. Because
You're
I've
just
accidentally
waiting.
spoiled.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know this actually has kind of a happy ending in the, like, sort of ish by the
Yeah.
end. But now I've got to sit through 1,000 pages so I learn what the fuck happened in this book.
Oh, bless you.
Um,
That is a bit annoying.
Yes, that's all I'm currently reading. I've done my next 10 TBR.
Yeah, go on, tell
So
me.
Sorrow and Starlight's obviously on it. Bride, the new Ali Hazelwood. I want to read A River of Golden Bones, which is the new A.K. Mulford. Rhapsodic, because it's just been on my list for so long.
Yeah.
We Hunt the Flame, which is another book by that author of Tempest
Tempest
City.
too, yeah.
Because I've got the fucking series up there that I've just not read for ages. A Fate Inked in Blood. Oh, that's
By
the new Daniel L. Jensen, yeah. Raven Boys audio.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do for fun, just to find out. I never want to use my time to read it, but Ice Planet Barbarians. I just want to know.
Have they got
It's on
audio?
Everand on audio.
I think that'd be fun.
I
As
just
an
want to
audio.
find out. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never. It's always been on my possibly list. If it crops up,
I think it'd be
I didn't
funny.
know it was on Everand. I might. give it
Yeah,
a
I thought it
try.
might be an entertaining commute listen.
Yeah.
And then Assault to Touch, but I don't know. That's the third book in the Duskwalker Brides. After my experience with book 2, I don't know if
You
that's
need a
still
bit
going to
of a
stay on there or
break.
not.
Yeah. So I've mentioned this. I've got a bingo board this year.
Yeah.
I haven't updated it for March because March, at time of recording, March isn't over. But one of the squares, by the end of February, I'd already completed twice. And it's 10 audiobooks. So I think I need to change that to a different prompt. So if you can think of anything, or listeners, if you can think of anything that you think would be better served than 10 audiobooks, because I'm clearly just powering through audiobooks faster than I thought.
Not been doing digital, that would be a challenge, but you just like straight up wouldn't do that because you've not been feeling digital, have you?
No, but if it was on here, it would annoy me if I've not made any
Maybe
progress.
switch it to a digital
Like
world.
10 digital books. That could be good. Because I have a very large Kindle library that I just don't touch. I've been doing all right with like some of the others, like NetGalley Veterans. I mean, I say all right. Rainy Day books, I've done a couple of them.
Yeah.
My read 60% of my 2024 purchases. It doesn't have to be purchased, it's just new to shelves, so like including publisher mail and book mail and stuff. At the end of February I was at 19%, so
Oh, well done.
and read 10 non-fiction. As I said, I'm not doing very, but one of them is to read 10 books from a series, like make progress in a series. At the end of February I'd read 6, which isn't too bad, but I have definitely
We just need to go back to our paranormal and fantasy romance episode, listen to that, and that's all the series is you're supposed to be working your way through.
well, so on Instagram I do a wrap up at the end of each month of my reading. There's 3 posts. It's a 3-post wrap up. It's mostly for me. I'm sure no one else cares, but it's good for me to look back on. So I do
I
one.
keep meaning to do things like that, and I just never follow through.
One where I share my wrap up of like the stats and what I read, and I pick like my favourite, and I'm also tracking their is it on this one I'm tracking? No, it's on a different page I'm tracking it, but I'm tracking like where the authors are from, the balance of male, female, outside the binary, etc., and what countries I'm reading from. Then my second post, I go through all of my challenges. So I have my bingo board, my bookie decks, all of the Storygraph challenges I'm
I
doing.
went in your Storygraph. You're in so many challenges.
Yeah, I don't necessarily do them all. I
Yeah.
just like to have them there for to look at. Like, so if I'm like, oh, I really want to read some Asian fantasy, and then I'll look at the
Yeah, okay, makes
That's
sense.
yeah. And then my last one is my ins and outs, and that's where I put in all the books that come into my bookshelves, all the books going out of my bookshelf. And I'm also tracking the series. So at the end of February, in February I'd started 5 series. I'd finished one, DNF'd one, didn't get up to date with any. So my total ongoing series is 57, which is a few. And then I'm also tracking, is it worth my money? And it's whether I used it that month. So KU, Audible, Scribd, Everand. And then also my library, just so I can watch all that. But yeah. So at the end of February, my total physical books is 717. 493 of them are unread. So I need to get that.
I mean, I haven't
down.
counted these in forever. I think it'd be a nightmare to count them, to be honest.
Yeah. Mine are spread out all over the house, so it's easier for me to count because I can just do them like the pile in the bedroom, the pile in the other corner of the
I reckon
bedroom.
I need one of those BP scanners.
Yeah.
The ones you can just scan the barcode.
You could do that on Storygraph and scan them all in.
I still think it would take forever though.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do
maybe
that
when I move.
I want to scan
as
all
I
mine.
pack them.
I want to scan all mine into Storygraph, and it's I just do like a couple every now and then. Like I'm aware I'm not gonna get there.
You know, I'm a bit all or nothing. I need to do the entire bookshelf or nothing at all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's one good thing. I could be like, right, I'm just gonna scan all the ones in my bedroom, scan all the ones on that bookshelf. Yeah, but yeah, so we shall see how this goes. But if you are interested for whatever reason in what I'm reading or how I'm doing with my challenges, follow me on Instagram.
Yeah,
it's tallies.library.
It's all linked in our card link, which you can find in the descriptions of the episodes.
Yeah, so yeah, I think overall we're both having good reading so far this year.
Yeah, I want to get like the actual books in that tally up, because obviously I've been doing a lot of audios just because they're easier to do whilst doing other things. But this is part of the reason the boyfriend made me get Stardew Valley, is to sort of slow down a bit. Now we're at like, things are settled, I'm in a nice job.
Yeah.
Touch wood.
See how it goes.
Things are all settling down a bit. I'm back into my routine with swimming and the gym. So I'm like, we're on a good roll with the podcast recordings. So I'm like,
Let's
right,
see how.
we've got the blog
So
schedule.
things due to go wrong. So here's
Don't.
Stardew Valley instead.
Yeah.
So nothing can get fucked up.
No, it's just to make me sort of
Yeah.
chill. Because I'm like, I want to do things,
Need
and
to
then
do this, I need
sort
to
of
do that.
collapse about twice a week.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you for joining us. You still have time to pick up our buddy read.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, we have now started a book group. We are buddy reading a indie published book that's available on Kindle Unlimited every 2 months. So our March and April book is The Son of
The Trials of the Sun Queen.
Thank you.
Nisha J.
Yeah.
Truly.
So you got to the end of April to read that, and then we will do an episode chatting about it. If you want to talk about it in the meantime, come and join our Discord. We have a link in the bio, link in the description, everywhere. We have a link everywhere. If you would like to support us, you can do that financially by signing up for a membership on Ko-fi, and then you can also get a link to a more private Discord server or Discord channel. If not, if going down the financial route isn't something that you want to do or not available for you, please consider sharing us with anyone that you think might like us. Rate us, follow us wherever you listen to your podcast. It will really, really help.
Yeah. And we've got all the socials. We've got our website where you can give suggestions. We've got all the things. Come talk to us.
Yes. And we will speak to you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.